morning. Welcome to Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and my friend Tasha, the wonderful
Hello.
Tasha, the Annette.
Aw.
I forgot. I can't. I can't think of the word that I was looking for. Anyways, the
Spectacular, fantastic,
spectacular.
amazing,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
the things.
But we're so glad to be back for another Mad Chaps and Recaps. This is for the week of February the 6th through the 12th of 2023. And as always, we will start with the Forsaken. After narrowly dodging falling pieces of buildings and avoiding the battle in the streets of the Rhislas Empire, our Forsaken enter in the library's estate, expecting a fight, but find bodies and soldiers instead. It appears that the battle had been fought and won by the Rhislas Guard, at least according to Jakar, the guardsman who met them swiftly inside. Given a brief walkthrough of this three-story mansion, they find out that Zanrique and Rhisla are surprisingly dead. A warforged mage has been left behind but doesn't remember much of what happened or of themselves. Asleep hacks into the warforged operating system, obtaining some information regarding the unnamed journey to the library and to Risea, and then tells them to do things for themselves now that the people that they were following were dead. They find a mostly unused office of Bethel, and much to their chagrin, find out that the estate once belonged to none other than Arbane. Now, how the library obtained it, they have no idea. They also found the office of Chris, the mage teacher turned library person from Fairweather, with signs in their journal that they may not still be alive. Risa's office bore even more information and a hidden portal leading directly to her office at the library in Dimglimt. They enter through, finding a ring in Risa's desk there that may help them with what lies ahead, and signs pointing to a confrontation with the head of the library, Bethel. Now that they're in the library, what surprises await them? I guess we shall see tonight. Well, this week. You may not. Yeah. Anyways,
This week,
this
yes.
week, yes, we'll see. And yeah, uh, maybe 6, 7 episodes from the ending. We just keep counting down. Keep counting down. Yeah.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
almost
I
done.
know. I know. Well, Tasha, what happened on Tuesday's Sunder's fate?
Well, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So our adventurers continue enjoying the festival contests, winning badges and other small rewards. During the Tell Me a Story event, they share heartfelt stories of their pasts, allowing each other to peer through small windows into their respective pasts. After a long evening, they turn in their badges for excited magical rewards. At long last, they rest for the evening, with Tuna speaking into the darkness of the shared room, referencing Dia's sad tale from the event earlier. Dia, we won't let the monsters take you.
Oh,
So sweet.
yeah.
Sleep falls over all the I guess no, I'm not great. Okay, sleep falls over the crew because it's already all night.
Mm-hmm.
Later, the sound of the rickety windows wakes Tuna, and Tuna alone, because we all failed our perception checks,
Yeah. Yeah.
creeping into the inn room. A large humanoid wolf with glowing eyes twists its head toward Tuna as they lock eyes. And I want to be friends with
Is it
it.
the
We're probably going to fight it. I
is
have
it
problems.
the wolves' revenge for
Probably.
killing their kind?
But it's humanoid. I I lay to rest an injured
Oh, that's right,
poor
humanoid
Wolfie.
wolf. Got you. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that was the humanoid wolf's pet.
Uh I don't know. I don't know. But I we learned that we all need therapy
Mm. Mm-hmm.
after we told all of our stories because they were all terribly sad
Sure.
and juicy. And I just want to pet a wolf. Anyways, but yeah, that's I don't know what's gonna happen on Tuesday.
Will there ever be a
Stuff could
campaign?
happen.
Will there ever be a campaign, Tasha, where you don't want to have a wolf?
Probably not. Probably not.
Has it been like every character ever? Like, do you always do all of? Yeah.
Probably in the Madbur world,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
No. I take
No.
that back. No, it's been in every single campaign. It's fine. Listen, I love wolves, okay? I just want one.
Oh
Leave
my
me alone.
goodness. You just need to get like there's a dog that's like very close to a wolf.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're adorable, and I've gotten to be friends with one. So
The wolves are amazing. Yes. All right. So on last Saturdays in Extremis, we didn't have it this week, but next week. But on their last episode, Ashavar, Grundy, and Cassius learned that Guardian can guide them to an island where they can access the dream realm. And they ask Vic if they can put into the dream realm via one of his rituals. Oh, if they can be put into the dream realm via one of his rituals, to which he agrees to do later that night. They then meet up with Zia and Brila that have discovered the secrets of the fourth basement floor, a room that pertains to the world's end. Macaw is the key to accessing the world's end, and it requires four components of ancient technology and the touch of Zia's father to activate it all. Brila stresses over the fate of Liasana, and Zia learns the true origins of the Omega Curtains and the Omega Sea, as well as her heritage in the line of celestials from the overgod Ao. They decide to leave for now and lock everything behind them and head to the scrying room to see if they can spy on Liasana. The venture is successful, and they see her shaking hands with several Order of Spectre members atop the upper island on some hazy isle. Meanwhile, the cursed stuffed dolls that Ashavar kept in her bag are missing. She
that's right.
notices.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So, tons of stuff happening on our shows, honestly. It's wild, it's crazy, and I can't wait to see what the next episodes bring. That does it for our recaps. As far as announcements go, not much. I mean, we do have our newest campaign, Sundered Fate, on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so it is an hour earlier than our other two campaigns running currently. We have another campaign coming up on Fridays, sometime here in the next couple of months, hopefully. As well as probably within the next 2 or 3 months, we will have probably season 2 of Penumbra Assembly starting to come back. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least. And I know that I'm getting some more community stuff together, some watch-along, some like book club stuff in our Discord. So if you're not part of our Discord, you definitely should be. Yeah, and check out our merch store on our website at madbirdstreams.com. We don't have any birthdays this past week, or none that we have documented, but if it is your birthday and we've just missed it, happy birthday. We're so glad to have you here. And that's it. Myself, Tasha, and the wolf bid you adieu. We'll see you in Twitch, we'll see you in Discord, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.
Bye.
I'm waiting for the transition to go through. The transition got stuck. There we are. Okay. Hi. Welcome. Hello. Oh, and the audio didn't come on, so there we go. Let's get that. Well,
So-
my audio came on, but that
Oh,
one
yeah.
didn't. Anyways, it's fine. We're good now.
It's not
Hi.
fine.
Hello. Never get stuck in transition. Welcome to episode 130 of The Forsaken. I thought I would give a nice pause there to make sure that there wasn't any discourse.
No arguments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's my tea?
I'm not pointing any fingers, but you know. You know. I looked at some spooky. Oh, that's too loud. Okay, let me just turn down that music. That's all the way up. Okay. Yeah. So while we I don't have my dice tray out or nothing. While I'm getting this set up, why don't all of you roll your D20 for inspiration? Where's my head at? Where's my head at?
It's on your shoulders.
Sick.
Okay. And welcome everyone in chat. We're so happy to have you. We're in the last few episodes of The Forsaken. Here. So probably like 5 more after this. Like, yeah. Let's see, 1,
We'll be here till
2,
Christmas.
3, 4. Probably about 6. All right, so let me go around after I roll my D20 here. Oh, nice number. All right, so Michelle, Juniper rolled a 16. Zavar rolled a 5. Teagan
Get it out of the way.
rolled a 1. This
Yeah.
is true.
Dang it. Hang on. Sorry.
Asleep rolled a 19. If you just want
I
to
rolled 20.
Okay.
Nice.
You rolled, wow, 20.
Blew it on the inspiration.
Let me see here.
What a comeback.
Yep.
Oh, don't forget
Okay.
your Porton, Joe.
So
Oh,
the
yeah.
I get 3 now.
3 portents?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
the closest
I'll
roll
forget to
was
use all of them.
Asleep with a 19 because I rolled an 18. So Asleep has inspiration for the night,
You've got the responsibility now.
Yep.
which might be. I mean, well, we were at a D10. I know at one point it goes up to like a D12, but I'm not sure that that's happened
Let's
yet.
just call it a D20.
No, we're not. It's not a D20. We'll just
Hold
stay
on.
with the D10, okay?
Okay.
Unless
There's
Frank has
no other
notes
opportunity for
otherwise.
that
I
to
had the
change.
notes somewhere, but I've misplaced them.
I have a cursor.
Here, I can maybe if they answer, I'll try to send.
Okay.
Is level 15 inspo, not indoor. Oh Jesus.
It lines up
Inspo.
with the
15.
bar.
Oh,
right?
yeah. D12.
D12. Thank you, Frank. Frank's
Yep.
got
5,
the
10,
notes.
15. Die increases D8, D10, and
Okay,
finally.
so we
a
just got to
D12.
D12. So
Whoa.
inspiration is a D12 asleep.
Woot, woot.
All right.
Shall
That's
make
the
it
So
one die I think I roll the least.
let me
Yeah, I hardly ever hear.
go ahead and read the summary from last week's episode, episode 129. After narrowly dodging falling pieces of buildings and avoiding the battle in the streets of the Rhislas Empire, our Forsaken enter in the library's estate expecting a fight, but find only bodies and some soldiers instead. It appears that the battle had been fought and won, but by the Rhislas guard. At least, according to Jakar, the guardsmen who met them swiftly inside. Given a brief walkthrough of the 3-story mansion, they find out that Zenrik and Rhislas are dead. A Warforged mage has been left behind, but doesn't remember much of what happened, or of themselves. Asleep hacks into the Warforge's operating system, obtaining some information regarding the unnamed journey to the library and then to Rhislas, and tells them, the Warforged, to do things for themselves, now that the people that they followed were dead. They find a mostly unused office of Bethel, and much to their chagrin, find out that the estate once belonged to none other than Arbane. How the library obtained it, they have no idea. They also found the office of Chris, the mage teacher turned librarian for the library or something from Fairweather, with signs in their journal that they may not still be alive. Rhislas' office bore even more information and a hidden portal leading directly to her office at the library in Dimglint. They enter through, finding a ring in Rhislas' desk there that may help them with what lies ahead, and pointing to a confrontation with the head of the library, Bethel. Now that they're in the library, what surprises will await them? Guess we'll find out on tonight's The Forsaken. All right. Well, oh no. Oh, someone sneezed, consume time. All right, let's get
cough on stream. Okay.
into this. All right, so I think where we left off last week is everyone had entered into this room after exiting Rhislas' office, exited out into this small foyer area with this kind of large table in the center, circular room, and this beautiful rug on it with a spiraling, well, not really spiraling, but kind of turning staircase going up the edges of the wall. The walls, this room being about 30 by 30, the walls rose up almost for as much as you can tell to infinity. I mean, it just kind of goes off into blackness. All bookshelves, all the way up. But the staircase kind of led, like you could see like a small ledge there a couple of stories up, but beyond that, it was just darkness. As Teagan led the group and stepped on the first step, you could hear this very light ticking. Tick, tick, like almost like a ticking clock. Very, very low. But I'll say that all of you can hear it. Anyone that looks behind them at the door that they came through sees that it is no longer there. The ticking continues.
All right. This looks like a one-way trip.
Question. So I know that Teagan stepped onto the stairs. Is there anyone that would have... So Teagan, would you say that you're probably like up on the first couple of steps, or would you...
Actually, now just give me a chance to think about it. If I stepped on the first step and we start hearing that ticking, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take one step back off the step to see if the ticking stops.
It does not stop.
Okay, so all right. So it started.
And it gets slowly louder as you stand there. Anyone...
So the only thing... Yeah, okay.
Sorry, no, go ahead, Frank.
The only thing I can is the staircase in front of me, right? There's nothing.
Yeah, staircase
no
going
other
up.
path evident. Yeah.
No other path evident. I'm assuming probably not too many of you of the others. I would say the rest of you are probably still on the floor since you just stepped on the first step. You know what? Why don't everyone except Teagan make a perception check for me really quick? Yes, and to answer the question in Zoom, there was notes in Chris' journal that said that he had to go into Bethel's office, and then someone mentioned that he never came back. All right. Renarius, what did you roll for perception?
You did.
I rolled a 5, which is on brand for Rhinarius.
Asleep, what did you roll?
10.
10. Juniper?
24.
And Zavar?
Actual 20 for only a 22.
Okay.
Still, not 20.
Juniper
Not 20.
and Zavar, you feel this ever so slight rumble underneath your feet as you stand on the floor. Like a small quaking. Like it feels like
You
the
feel that?
floor is just rattling.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hmm.
I feel it in my hooves.
Did somebody fall down? No?
I am
Here's the
standing.
ticking.
Now,
Or asleep.
asleep, you start noticing your body almost kind of rattling as well. Then a minute passes, and Rhaenyra, you notice it, and Teagan. The ticking has grown a little bit louder.
Teagan will say that might be the rifts causing it, but I might be who knows what's causing it, but get off the floor, and I'll take a couple steps up the staircase.
I
I
will.
will follow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I will hurry up and follow.
Asleep will stay behind Rhaenyra.
As the last person steps on the steps, you will notice that on the other side of the room, that the floor is starting to just fall away, and continues to do so until the entire center is completely gone. The table just falling into what looks like what you're seeing above, just goes right into just as farther down than you can see. What is lining the walls? There are bookshelves all the way down into nothing. And you'll start to feel the bottom, on that bottom step still start to creak.
Oh. Let's go.
Done.
Yeah.
Up
Done.
faster,
I'll say
faster.
Juniper and Zafar, since you rolled so well earlier, you would notice a small little ledge about a couple stories up that looks like that there might be a door there.
I think we should hurry, and I think that's where we should head.
All right. Good spot.
Off up the stairs.
Yep.
Okay.
Teagan will, pick up his pace and head for that door.
Okay.
I'm booking it.
All right.
Mhm.
As you run,
These stairs should have a guardrail.
I will say.
shall
I'm going
report
to
this.
inform OSHA.
I said, well, the stairs do have a rail on it, but they do. So there is like a railing going up around the steps. It's a typical on a staircase. But as everyone kind of goes up those steps, you can see the steps kind of give away there at the bottom, about 10 steps up. Does everyone continue up to the door? To that ledge?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
As you get to where the ledge is on that second level, and you look down, you'll notice that it looks like that the falling away has stopped. So you have a little bit of the steps left, but then it just kind of goes into nothing. And in front of you is a door.
It is a door.
And you still have the kind of like the bookcases ascending into nothingness and down below as well.
Is just a quick question: is there a doorknob on the door, or just
There is a doorknob on the door, yes.
something to turn? So he will.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to open the door.
All right. As you place your hand on the doorknob, the ticking begins again. And it starts out a little bit louder this time, but as that happens, let's see here. The platform that you're on starts to, you start to see the rest of the steps fall away, to where the platform that you're on is the only thing that's sitting for a few moments as that ticking gets louder and louder. And then you'll start to feel the platform that you're on kind of tremble a bit, as suddenly, with a burst of energy, it flies out into the space and just kind of is floating there. You'll see that as that happens, you'll hear other kind of like a symphony of boards breaking, and you'll see some books kind of flying around you. And as you look up, several pieces of the walls have just kind of broken off into their own clusters of bookshelves, leading up about what you would consider probably like 5 or 6 stories to another ledge up towards the top that you can barely see. As this piece kind of breaks off from the rest, can I get everyone to roll dexterity saving throws, please? Actually, let me bring this up here.
13.
Okay, give me 1 second, and I will get everyone. I'm just going to just.
I'm
Pull
gonna
up
go
a
ahead and
couple
use that
things here.
inspiration.
Wow.
Let's see
Silver.
here. Is that the right
Good.
one? No. 15.
Oh, that was a fun inspiration. It's gone now.
Wow.
All right, so-
16
No,
minutes
no.
in.
11, 11 for Rhinarius. Asleep, what did you get?
With inspiration 13.
13. Teagan, what did you get?
22.
22. Juniper, what did you get?
18.
And Zavar?
13.
13. Okay. I would say that as your piece kind of like flies out into that kind of suspended area, and you start having all these other things and the books flying at you, Teagan and Juniper, you are able to kind of keep yourself balanced pretty well. All those years on the sea, Juniper, are coming into play here. Asleep and Zavar seem to have a little bit of trouble, kind of stumble a bit, but you're able to grab onto the railings just before you almost kind of topple over. The rest of you, I would say especially Teagan and Juniper would notice, since you didn't have that much trouble, would notice as as this piece kind of breaks off and you're there kind of, holding your own, Rhinarius kind of stumbles past you and starts to stumble past Asleep and Zavar, and doesn't look like that they're going to be able to steady themselves and might just stumble right off of the platform.
Now, one of us should grab him.
I'll reach out. Try to.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever's closest.
Yeah, Teagan, let me see here. What's your dexterity score here?
19.
19. Okay. I would say that you're able to, with your roll before, are able to, since you are able to kind of reach out and steady Rhinarius. Just as he's about ready to kind of, stumble off of the ledge, you kind of reach out and grab. And so Rhinarius, you feel Teagan grab you and kind of pull you back to safety.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. This is harrowing.
No worries. Let's keep moving. So, go ahead. What's so just to clarify, the platform moved away from the door, or
Yes,
we're
the
still standing?
Nope, the platform moved away from the door. The door is now partially covered by other bookshelves. If you
Okay.
do look up, there are pieces of bookshelves in different positions. Teagan, I would say that you're able to notice a small kind of like another ledge of sorts that looks like it might lead to like an open doorway. But that's about
Okay.
6 or 7 floors up, stories up. So the only way, I would say, with your background, you would assume that the only way that you can really get there would be either to climb or to jump from one piece, one grouping of shelves to the other that are here just kind of floating in this space.
That's a bit low for. All right, so there's basically just like platforms. It's a platformer.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. I
Your
hate
controller.
platformers.
And you'll also see pieces of bookshelves kind of suspended in space below you too. Not leading to anything that you can tell, Teagan, but they are there. But then beyond that, of course, is nothing.
Boy, I was just no. Sorry, I was just reading that a potion of climbing doesn't really do what I think it does. But anyway, I have a potion of climbing.
They never
All it gives
do.
it gives you a bonus to strength, which is silly. But anyway, you think it would be a dex. Anyway, all right, I'll progress. I will try to get. Damn. I'm thinking. He's heavy too. Oh god. I was gonna give the rope to a sleep and let it, be the other end of the anchor. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll hang it. I'll take out my 50-foot, which probably won't be enough. We'll get someplace, and I'll hand the other end to a sleep. Hold tight, and I will start jumping from this platform to the next platform.
Okay.
I know the one-handed bowline.
Okay. So Asleep is tying the rope around himself,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to jump to the next platform?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll make a acrobatics check then.
Okay. 27.
27. You are able to jump to the next platform securely, easily. You grab a hold of one of the shelves and are able to pull yourself up onto the platform.
I'm going to yell back. Is everybody okay with jumping, or do you want me to try to get to the next landing and you guys want to climb up the rope?
I'm okay with jumping, but
All right.
I should be fine with either.
All right. Let's keep jumping. So, how big are each of these platforms? Are they big enough for all of us, or just?
The platform that you're on currently will probably hold about 4 people.
Not everyone at the same time. That's okay.
Okay. I'm not sure how we do this with a rope, or not do this with a rope. All right. I'll wait for a couple of the jump over before I go up to the next platform.
All right. Who's going next?
I'll go.
Zavar,
Yes.
you
Unless
will?
Jenny jumps in front of me.
no, get out there.
Pushes me out of the
Okay.
way.
All right. Zavar, make an acrobatics check for me, please.
Ah, 25.
25. You are able, you take that running jump, are able to grab a hold of that platform and pull yourself up.
Okay.
Who's going
It's
next?
not so bad. Come follow me.
What is the rope doing? Exactly. Just Teagan has one end and Sleep has the
Yeah.
other?
Right now it's just a tether between me and you.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought maybe. I
I don't know why.
I taken him asleep.
Oh,
How much does a sleep weigh?
A sleep.
oh,
He's like an
no.
8-foot tall robot.
Zavar will at least,
And then pulls
yeah, I'm like, I'll link my arm into Teagan's if he won't, stab me for it to, give him some stability.
Mhm.
the end of the world's at stake. Don't touch me.
I mean, he might. I mean, who knows? Some things might never change.
Okay, real quick question
Uh-huh.
for the DM.
Yeah.
How is the light in this area?
You can see the platforms. I mean, it's not bright, but it's also not like dark either. Dim, I guess you could say.
How far am I from the ledge right now? I'm on the first platform.
Right.
Second.
Oh, from the ledge up above.
Well, yeah, to
about
the
seven,
ledge
about,
that we.
about 6 or 7 more things up. So you have 6 or 7 more platforms.
More than 40 feet?
Yes, more than 40 feet.
Okay, I'll keep going then.
Okay.
I'll wait. I guess whoever wants to. I don't know who wants to be last. I don't know.
Make
ahead.
Aw.
make me an intelligence check, Teagan.
Okay. Intelligence check. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Intelligence saving throw.
Oh, well, there's a difference. I don't get a proficiency
I know,
bonus on the
I know.
check. Oh, hold on. A 2.
A 2. Okay. All right. What was? I'm sorry, I interrupted someone. I think this music is just not doing it for me. I need something different.
Who's jumping next?
Kazil.
Because
Yeah,
Zill's not
Kazil's not
here.
here.
Oh, never mind.
Because Zill's not with the
Yeah.
party anymore, Renarius.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Magic Daddy left us.
He misses Magic Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
We
I'm not
we
gonna.
all miss
Asleep
Magic
isn't
Daddy.
processing it well.
Yeah. I can't let Asleep be the last one over. So
I have a question. Teagan, not that I want this to happen, but if Asleep should not be able to climb up, what would happen?
Nothing good. And it suddenly Teagan like gets his literally if he had a light bulb like asleep, he would have a light bulb over his head. He will just issue an audible God damn it, and he just reaches in his backpack and pulls out the carpet of flying.
Okay.
Forgot we had that.
Magic
Forgot-
Daddy is here.
Yes. I forgot I forgot it as well.
Thank
And,
you for
um,
checking
Carried
inventory.
it first.
I'm sorry.
So whoever's on the platform with me, I guess it's
I think it's just
Zavar.
Zavar.
Yep.
And I'll put Zavar on there and
As he does that, everyone on the other platform, Juniper, Asleep, and Renarius, if you could make suddenly as you're seeing Teagan kind of and pull out the carpet and start unrolling it, you feel this kind of like shift in the platform under you, and it starts to kind of spin. And so the three of you are thrown to different platforms, or thrown off of that platform. So if the three of you, as you kind of fly towards other platforms, separate ones, if you can make strength throws for me to be able to grab onto the to a platform and pull yourself up, I'll go around and get your rolls here. And that's a strength saving throw. Sorry, not a check, a strength saving throw.
So the platform falls away. We all.
Or actually, you know what? The strength saving throw, it will help you to actually grab onto the platform that you're currently on, or get thrown off.
now that's oh go ahead.
That's
I rolled
that's
a 1, so I'm going to use a lucky.
that's everyone but Teagan and Zavar,
Okay.
since y'all are on a
Strength.
different one.
Really?
Strength saving throw.
Renarius,
Wow.
what did you roll?
Right.
Rolled a 1. I used a lucky. I rolled a 4. I'm going to use another lucky.
Okay.
Hi, Renarius. Bye, Renarius.
There we
Damn it.
go. 21.
21.
Thank you.
All right.
Ooh.
Asleep, what did you roll?
Strength saving throw. You
Yes.
said 26.
26. And Juniper?
11.
All right. So Renarius and I was gonna say Gerbil, Asleep, you're able to grab a hold of this piece of railing that is still on that platform that you were on. You're able to
Thank
grab
you,
a
Osha.
hold, and as that starts turning, you're able to stay on that platform. But unfortunately, you see Juniper kind of like as it's turning, lose her balance and fall backwards. Juniper,
Mm-hmm.
you fall back and you have that moment where you're like, oh, this is like, there's nothing below. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
But you only fall one floor. before you feel your back kind of hit another platform. And so that... So you take 4 bludgeoning damage, Juniper. So you are a platform below Rhinarius and asleep now.
As a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
after I stand back up, I would like to use fly
Okay.
for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I will. I have a flying speed of 30, so I'd like to go up to the platform with Rhinarius, if that's an option.
Yeah. Yeah, the platform just above you that you fell off of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to get up and fly up back to that platform. So the sleep at Rhinarius, you see Juniper just kind of fall back and off. And then probably like a minute 2 later, you see her kind of float over and land back onto the platform.
Yeah. You didn't see that, did you? Okay.
Asleep had a heart
I was
attack.
trying to steady myself. Are you okay though?
Yeah. I still forget I can do that. So, whoops. Let's keep going. She's just kind of like, no, that would be weird. It's okay. We should go.
Okay. And Teagan, you can continue.
Yeah, I was going to say, as this was happening, as I get Zavar on the carpet, I would have, while this was happening, Teagan would have probably seen Juniper do a back fall off her platform, would have went down hard towards that platform, but seeing her start to fly would have been a big bank. It's like, okay, that's taken care of. Yeah. A big bank and turn over towards Rhinarius and his sleep.
I'm holding on.
Yeah. Should have put straps on this thing.
Yeah. No guardrails on the carpet.
So Rhinarius and asleep, you have a carpet to get on, as well as Juniper. What's the
1,600 pounds.
Okay, you're all good then.
Yeah, it's the big one.
How fast does it go?
It's the El Grande carpet.
Yeah, how fast does it go, Teagan?
Hold on. Carpet of flying 6 by 9 feet. Flying speed is 30 feet.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna fly beside you just because I don't get to.
The technicality. Its flying speed becomes 15 while carrying over 800 pounds.
How much does asleep weigh? Asleep?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't really think about it. Hold on. Let me just quickly look up Warforged stats.
Because I would say the 4 of you weigh over 100.
Yeah.
But probably no more than 160 each of you.
Okay.
For...
hold on. I can figure this out right now.
Like 540 before sleep.
What was the limit, Teagan?
800 before it's dropped down to 15 feet. And then max is 1,600 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely good for the max.
Asleep is 318 pounds. I just rolled for it using the size modifier.
So Teagan, you start to move expecting this the highest movement speed. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of like, it's kind of like if you have a truck with too much stuff in the in the back part, like you're kind of like, oh, why am I going so slow? Like, why is this thing so slow? And you look back and see Asleep just kind of sitting there.
I'm on top of the world. You just see the carpet like bend.
It's got a dip in it. Definitely has a dip in it.
That's 7.
Yeah, who's holding Asleep from behind? Who's got a button the waist?
So that's about 20.
It's Rhinarius.
And what's the movement speed with over 800, Teagan?
15 feet.
15 feet. Okay. So I
Yeah,
would
just cuts it.
say- All right.
Yeah, we just
so
cut.
you can putter up probably about a floor per technical turn. Yeah, you're able to maneuver around some things. You go up a couple of floors, past a couple of those platforms. And then as you get to the third platform, a piece kind of like shifts, as did down below with Rhaenyra's asleep and Juniper. Kind of shifts towards you and towards the carpet. If you can make a dexterity saving throw, Teagan, as you maneuver the carpet, please.
Hang on.
And make that at disadvantage, unfortunately, since the carpet is overweighted and is moving slowly.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll roll one more. All right. So I rolled a 25 and an 11. So.
Okay. So the 11, and that's okay. Yep. All right. So if all of you, except maybe Teagan, since you're you're more aware, you're more grounded at this time. So everyone except Teagan, if you could make dexterity saving throws for me, please. And I'll go around and get your rolls here in a second. Let's start with Zavar. Zavar, what did you roll?
14.
14. And Juniper?
Sorry, 1 sec.
Dexterity saving throw.
Thank you. I missed the roll. 23.
23. And Asleep?
What was that rolling? Sorry, I was making
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, that's a 12.
12?
12.
Okay. Rhaenyra, what did you roll?
8.
8. Okay. All right.
We're all gonna die.
So, oh man. So, 12, 8. Zavar, you were an 11? Or no?
No, I was. I forget how to see that. No, you're no. Wait. What the hell? I was a 14.
14. And Juniper, you were a higher number, right? Okay.
Yeah. 20.
So
21.
23.
okay.
No,
So
23.
Zavar, you have Juniper, you're fine. Again, it's that kind of ship, feel to it where you're having to kind of balance yourself correctly. Zavar, you have a little bit of trouble kind of staying balanced on the carpet and feel yourself kind of go over a bit, but you're able to balance yourself. Asleep, you and Rhaenyra feel yourself shift a little bit more. Asleep, I would say with your weight, you'll probably be okay. Rhaenyra, however, starts to roll towards the edge of the carpet.
Rhaenyra is just like curled up into a ball.
And you all, I would say that everyone except maybe Teagan, since Teagan's having to maneuver things, would see this.
Or the sleep will
Rhaenyra rolls.
You sleep will try to grab him.
Okay. All right. I would say, yeah, I would say that you're able to grab him. It is a little bit difficult since you two are trying to balance yourself, but again, with your weight that you have on that carpet, you're able to kind of pull him in.
When I grab Rhaenyra and put him back on the carpet in the center and say, "Stay." He feels a light shock, and that's Asleep casting guidance.
Oh, okay.
So Rhaenyra has guidance.
What's that? +4?
Yeah, it's a D4 to an ability check. So.
Yep. There you go.
I'm trying. I'm not trying to exit the carpet at this time.
All right, and so you're able to go a couple more floors, Teagan, You
Mhm.
have just maybe another platform before you have to get, and as you're kind of going slowly towards it before you get to that ledge. That platform does shift just as you get to it, though. So why don't you make a dexterity saving throw with that normal this time, since you're
Okay.
probably a little bit more aware of that and watching for it.
28.
28, perfect. So everyone kind of sees that piece kind of like roll over towards the carpet. Like, oh no. Renarius is like, oh shit. But you'll see that Teagan is able to maneuver the carpet around it and get you up to that ledge that has another door. Has like a little opening inside the wall of books. That leads to another door that is, I believe, let's see here. It's kind of like this like black no. The door itself is plain. And it is closed. There is a handle on the door.
And there's pretty much nowhere else to go, right?
Nope.
At this point.
Just this opening. Teagan, if you take a look out and kind of look around, there's just other pieces of bookshelves around. But the interesting thing is, I'll have you note, just as a setting extra, I don't know, something, words are escaping me, that even though the pieces of bookshelves like broke off from the wall, it seems like the wall has almost like healed over with more bookshelves. So you still have those chunks of bookshelves all over the place, kind of floating in the space of the library of this room, but there's no like pieces missing from the walls.
Okay.
But there are no other ledges or anything.
I'm still on the carpet, so before I'm gonna try to open the door from the carpet. Before I do, I just want to. Is it still ticking?
You kind of notice for the first time, and it seems to have stopped.
All right, Teagan will turn the others. Be ready for anything, and I mean anything. I'm gonna reach for the door handle.
All right, you reach for the door handle and you open it. And as you open
If
it,
it's yep,
yes.
yeah.
If it's what?
Okay. If it's opened.
Yes. It does open.
Okay. And what do I see?
And inside is kind of this kind of room, smallish, with these like black lacquered walls. And on the opposite wall from where you're opening the door from is another door. This kind of beautiful kind of jade green that has this kind of circle around the door itself. And around that, this beautiful mural that depicts, looks like people, maybe mages, crawling their way out of a deep pit. And they're crawling up into what looks like a sun at the top of this mural. Very shimmery because it's made with like little tiles. But the whole entire room is just kind of reflecting those different colors, since it's that kind of like reflective black lacquer. And the door is, from where you're opening the door and looking in, the other door on the other side of the room is probably about 30 feet from you.
Okay. I probably already know the answer to this, but I'm going to say, can the carpet fit through the door?
Not at that size, no.
Yes, that's what I was going to. It's
Yeah.
6 by 9, so yeah.
Yeah.
So Teagan will sigh and get off the carpet.
Okay.
What if we pull in the corners? Single file.
You can definitely try.
What if we roll up the carpet, be bright like a broom?
Mm-hmm.
You could try. But anyway.
All right, so you roll up the cart. So you put away the carpet, Teagan.
Yep.
So
and
everyone is on
proceed through
foot.
the room. Yep.
Okay. So you step into the room. How close are you getting to the door on the other side of the wall? On the other side of the room, I mean.
Unless there's something that catches my eye.
It's just a plain black room besides the mural and the door.
All right. I'll get. You know what? I'll turn to Rhaenyra. Maybe we should check for. Well, God, this whole place is probably reeking of magic. But
I will do my best. Yes, and I'll cast detect magic.
Yes. Rhaenyra, you definitely detect magic on the door. And a little bit
The
from...
door that's 30 feet
Yes,
across?
the door that's 30 feet away from you as you're entering into the room, as well as a little bit on the wall as well. Like on the wall that the door is on.
What, school?
Let's see.
The witchcraft kind.
nasty.
I would say it's probably illusion.
Okay.
That's no door.
And nothing else magical in this room?
Nope.
The only thing I can see is some illusory magic across the room there at that door. We should take care when we interact over there.
Should I try to dispel it?
I'm not exactly sure what could be dispelled. You're welcome to try. I'm not sure that you'd want to use those resources though.
I've already used up 2/3 levels already.
Yeah, so yeah, let's.
So I mean, I will say, while I can cast spells, I hit things. So, if it will save you energy, Rhaenyra, for me to cast it.
Let's see if the illusion gives us troubles.
Okay.
I'll approach.
I'll approach with Teagan.
Okay. The two of you, once you get within 10 feet of the door disappears for a moment. And at first you're staring at just the muraled wall. And then suddenly 3 doors appear. One to the far left that is wood mostly with a mirrored surface. Or mirrored little like pieces segregated in it. A middle door that is black lacquer with a metallic hand kind of coming out a quarter of the way or a little bit more than halfway up the door. And the third door to the far right is this kind of cerulean blue with these beautiful rivets and some other little kind of floral accents.
What is the hand doing coming out of the door? Just there.
Yep. Just there.
Out of which door is that hand coming out?
That's in the middle door. And
Oh,
all
the black
3
lacquer.
have a hand.
The black one of death. Yes.
The ones on either side to the left, the far left and far right, have handles on them, as would any door. This middle door only has the hand.
And are there illusory magics coming off of all 3 doors still?
Yeah. Let me see here.
Because detect
I
magic
would
lasts 10
say
minutes.
that these 3 doors all show probably a divination magic or enchantment. One of those two.
Enchantment.
These doors are a little different. They're no longer illusions. I would suspect.
I'm glad I did not cast
They
a
will
spell.
not disappear.
I feel
And each one of the doors, it's the same kind of magic. They're all divination or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
I feel like the creepy black door with the hand seems a bit too on the nose. But then again, the library has not been subtle.
Does the hand resemble? Weren't there hands at that chamber that Mickey was in that we put blood into or something? No.
Oh.
There weren't hands there, no.
There was
No.
crystal, like there was like little
There were pedestals, yeah.
bowl
Never mind.
things.
All right.
No,
Did
I think
shake?
I think you're thinking of. I think there might have been hands holding torches on the door that y'all found in the ruins of Diecaster.
Because we found. Yeah, there was a creepy tunnel that we didn't go down.
Yeah, there was a door that y'all finally opened, but it was hands holding torches on that door.
Yeah.
All right. Teagan will
What position is the hand
Oh, okay.
doing? Is it just like out?
It's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Teagan will cast Find Traps.
Okay.
Should we kiss the hand?
120 feet. This spell will sense an area affected by alarm, glyphal warding, or a mechanical trap, but it will not reveal a natural weakness of the floor. So, it will detect spells that would inflict sudden or unexpected effect.
Within line of sight, right?
120 feet.
Within line of sight.
Yeah.
Line of sight. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do
The
not.
whole room's gonna blow.
You do not detect any traps.
Okay. Oh, brother.
I want to get closer to the cerulean blue door and just see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Do you put your ear up to the door?
Yes, unless anyone stops me.
You make a perception check for me, please.
23.
You hear a slight wind blowing behind the door. Like against it. And Juniper, you hear that seems fun.
It does, doesn't it? It's just a regular handle. Is there a handle on this door?
There's a handle on the door, yes.
Is there a keyhole?
Nope, just a handle.
It could be something out here. What's our plan? I like this door. Sounds like wind. Maybe there's well, it's not a creepy library, anyways.
Perhaps you should listen to the other doors if you're going to use that technique.
I'm not getting near that hand.
These 3 doors. Can I don't know. We were just in, the 3 offices of Chris.
Yes.
Is there any kind of pattern or anything like? Do these doors represent somebody in Sleep's mind or archive? Or are they just three pretty different doors?
Just three pretty different doors, I would say. I don't think there's any correlation that you'd be able to pick up one from your knowledge.
All right. Sleep will check out the creepy door of death and inspect the hand.
The hand? Okay. What are you doing? How are you inspecting the door?
Sleep will just kind of walk up to it. Not touch it, but like just look down at the hand.
Okay.
And just
It is
yeah.
metal.
Like the hand is metal or the door is
Yep.
metal?
Nope.
Or both?
The hand is metal. The door just looks like this kind of interesting kind of lacquered surface.
And you said the hand was coming out of the center of the door?
Yeah, a little bit above center. So probably like,
So not
you
where
know.
the handle is.
No, not where a handle would be. And it's in, well, it is at center in the door, but it's kind of above, like center vertically.
Just out of curiosity, Teagan will tell if Asleep and Juniper, if they're standing in front of the doors, just to take a step back, like 3 feet back.
Oh. I will hop back.
Does Asleep hear anything before he steps back?
You mean like through the door?
Yeah.
Make a perception, make a perception check for me, please.
16.
Okay. You do not hear anything.
I will back away. I did not hear anything from that door. Should we try to listen behind door number 3?
Sure, but after that, I have one thing I want to try before we try actually opening these doors.
Fire.
So Teagan will ever so softly go up to the wood door.
Okay.
Not touch it, but listen very carefully.
Okay. Make a perception check, please.
Okay. $27.
Teagan, you're listening at this door, and it sounds like the absence of noise. Not that it's not, I feel like...
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's not that you're listening and, you normally hear just kind of just air moving but there's just, you put your ear to the door or close to the door and it's like the sound kind of leaves.
It's like, am I correct in assuming like as I get close to the door, it's like I just stop hearing things?
In that one ear, it's like sound doesn't exist against this door.
Right. Gotcha.
But then as soon as you kind of back away just a bit, it's you can hear everything else. You can hear everything out of this other ear that's not near the door. But then as closer you get, the more it's just kind of like there is no sound.
I'll relay that to the others. It's like that one's weird. I don't. It's like the sound stops when you get next to it. So I'll reach in my pouch and take out 3 ball bearings.
Okay.
And should we do this together or one at a time? Let's do it together. And I'll hand 1 ball bearing to Zavar and 1 to Juniper. And let's stand 10 feet back. And each of you throw a ball bearing. I'll throw it at the wood one. You throw it at the blue one, and Zavar throw it at the metal one, and we'll see what happens.
Is this a trap thing? What are we doing?
just to see if the doors are really there.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
The test of sorts.
okay.
And if the doors react, Zavar, see if you can hit that hand.
I
Oh,
believe I can
You
do
win a
that.
prize.
okay.
On the
All
count
right.
of
I
3.
like to win.
1, 2, 3.
You throw the ball bearings.
Eh.
You see them, you hold your breath as they fly towards the door. They hit and then bounce off.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that was rather uneventful.
What sounds do they make as they bounce off?
You mean when they hit the door? What sound do they
They
make?
hit the door.
The sound that you would expect them to make when hitting these types of doors, like wood on the wood,
Okay.
yeah.
okay.
That
So
kind
they
of
make a
ping
normal sound by
when it
being
hits the
hit.
metal. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Mhm. If we're going off of our first impression, I like the windy door best, for what it's worth.
I would
I
never,
don't know about you.
ever make someone keep track of ball bearing numbers. You kidding me?
Yeah. Starting pack.
Unless you were like, I'm just going to open this bag and just spill them all out, then be like, okay, all your ball bearings are gone. But yeah.
Right.
You lost all your balls.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Zavar.
Now,
Please,
fine.
please continue.
Fare thee well, balls.
My balls.
All I was gonna say is, unless we have other evidence, I have no reason not to go with Juniper's suggestion. Is there any other information we've gathered to the contrary? That silent door is a little creepy, and I'm not really sure I want to touch that hand. It seems the least.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
the hand seems the most library-y to me,
Yeah.
which leads me to think maybe that is the way to go. But I will follow the rest of you.
Hopefully, if we have to come back, we can. But this might be a one-way trip.
What if we
We're
open
taking a
all 3
risk.
doors at the same time?
Oh,
At least 2 of us will be left.
yeah. Oh no.
Oh, man.
All right.
Let's draw straws.
I'm good. I want to open it. Oh,
Okay, which one are you opening again?
the far right cerulean blue door.
Okay.
Oh, with the blue.
Oh.
If unless someone's gonna jump out and say no, but she is approaching the door.
You're approaching the
I'm-
door.
Before
Okay.
she does that, shock. Actually, his guidance. Guidance only lasts a minute, so I make it the one armor nurse would have into. So
Okay.
doesn't work on saving throws though. So
Quick question.
Yes.
So you're approaching the door, Juniper. Where is everyone else positioned?
Before if she's going to announce, she's announced she's opened the door. So I'm going to take out the rope again, tie it around her waist.
I will. Oh, I can wait for
so
that.
The rope is still tied to sleep.
Yeah, and then
Perfect.
and tied to a sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And
biggest
sleep
anchor.
would be probably. I would say sleep would probably be the closest to her after giving her guidance and like kind of
Right.
Wait, where are you? You're getting behind her?
Yeah, like I'm like 3
I would
3 feet from the door, 3 feet behind her. Still
I would
space,
suggest-
but
No, I would suggest you give her more space so that if that rope has to go taut, it doesn't have to go that far.
it's a 50-foot rope.
Never mind.
I'm
Well,
sure we
I'll be
tied
behind her as
sleep
well.
in the middle. We save some
Okay.
slack.
Okay, so Asleep and Zavar are going to be standing behind Juniper. When she opens the door?
She's giving you a lot of warning, y'all.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Alrighty.
I'm asking. Okay. All right.
We're ready.
All right.
Grace.
Go for it, Juniper.
Juniper, go ahead.
Okay, I'm opening the door.
All right. Juniper, you turn that handle and you kind
said
of
this was a good idea.
pull it a little bit, and it's very heavy. You can tell
Oh.
now that it's a metal door. So you pull it open, and
Embarrassing.
as you pull it open, at first, like, you kind of look down, and it's almost like a long, dark hallway. And then it's almost if suddenly, before you can even process, the back wall of the hallway, like, rushes towards you. And you are blown back, as well are Zavar and Asleep. All three of you, if you could make dexterity saving throw, please. And as you're rolling that, as the three of you are being blown back, and Teagan and Rhaenyra's, of course, are seeing this, all three of you suddenly... It's not even just the force, but like as you're flying back, you just get this like pounding headache. And all of your doubts that you've had about, like, and I know it's only a few seconds, but it's almost like it all just comes rushing to the forefront of your brain. All the doubts and confusion about this whole thing, to where it just pounds in your head. And you feel yourself fly back and hit the floor. So Juniper, what did you roll for your dexterity saving throw?
26.
26. Zavar?
I rolled a 1 for a total of 10.
And Asleep.
Wow.
22.
All right. Juniper and Asleep, you hit the floor and you feel yourself kind of slide a bit. The headache is still there. You know, you still feel those after effects of those negative thoughts and just that pounding. Zavar, as you hit the floor, you feel just kind of knocked back, both emotionally and physically. Just doubts just hitting your head. And you now suffer 1 point of exhaustion. You suddenly feel tired and just like you need to like take a nap. But you have to push on. There you go. The door will slam shut. And you'll hear a locking sound.
It sounded like a good idea. Sorry.
One was going to have to be tried no matter what, so...
I guess we should try another door then.
I will try the one with the hand. And Sleep will just start. Sleep will untie himself from Judy.
No.
Okay. All right.
Unless you know you want.
I mean, I'd rather keep it, but
Well, okay. Well, if Asleep will keep the rope on, let everyone else kind of grab hold of some of the 50-foot slack. And
Okay.
Sleep will go up to the door with the hand.
Okay. Just real quick, anyone standing around? Is anyone staying by Asleep as he opens the door, or are y'all giving some room?
I am making sure I stand back.
Yeah, if they're saying what happened, yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay.
Okay.
Mm.
Good magic, mommy.
Magic mommy.
And
Gonna catch you.
Zavar, what are you doing?
Recovering for the moment.
Okay. All right. So we'll say that you're kind of just standing back and, you know.
Yeah, I'll stand back.
Ooh, headache. All right. Asleep.
Okay. You said the hand was
Hands like this. Yep.
So he'll just kind of like
Okay.
take hold of it like it's someone offering their hand.
All right.
And
Pull it open.
pull. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you try
Is it a
pushing it
pull
at
door or a
first.
push door?
You try pushing a little bit at first, doesn't seem to give, so you pull.
Okay.
I would say for a normal person, be at an kind of an awkward angle, but with your height, like it seems rather, you know, at ease. And so you pull it,
This door is not even
and
And
And-
bookmark.
As you open the door, inside looks almost like an empty room. And then you hear this kind of sliding sound, like concrete against concrete. And then suddenly just the two walls of the room smash together right in front of you. And out comes a flame. If you could make a dexterity save, both of you, please.
Okay, never mind.
What?
I was going to say, Asleep's first reaction would probably be to just, since Judy's behind him, would probably be to just turn around and protect her. That would be his first instinct.
I would allow you to do that, and with your size, you could cover her completely.
Okay. Do I still do
damn.
the dexterity saving throw, or do I just...
No, you make a dexterity saving throw,
Okay.
yes. Well,
Just making sure.
make it at disadvantage, please. Since you're staying there and you're covering, you're not trying to jump out, you know.
Okay.
Okay. What did you roll?
15.
15. As you Asleep, as you turn and you start to move out of the way, and you notice Juniper right behind you, and you shield her from the flame that you can feel hit against your back. Even though you're made of metal, that heat just kind of seeps through. And let's see here. Throw. You take 18 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then the heat stops and you hear that door close and lock back.
I'm sorry.
I had higher hopes for the hand.
Just gonna like brush off.
Yeah, a
back
little
if
bit of
we-
smoke is left in the room from the flames.
Okay.
You just have one door left.
Teagan will approach.
Okay.
Hmm.
You know, just a regular kind of handle on this that you can, looks like it, you pull it. It has those 3 mirrors that kind of mirror back to you as you approach the door, Teagan.
Just do I mean, other than myself, any strange reflections in the mirror?
Nope, just the room around you and the people that are closest to you.
All right.
Asleep's a vampire.
There is no reflection of Asleep.
Polo was right.
Two pigs drove
Yeah.
up.
Oh no. You're all just stuck in this room with him. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, he'll definitely try to just open the door.
Okay. Teagan, you kind of click that little thing on the handle and open. And seems to be a doorway. Going into what looks like a pretty empty room that seems to have a doorway into another room and into another room. But nothing else happens.
Okay. I'll relay that information to everyone. And wait for everyone to get gathered up. And
Okay.
once they're behind me,
Okay.
kind of, but you know, I would probably say adjacent to the door,
Mm-hmm.
I'll step in.
All right. You step in. Everyone follows, correct? All right. And as you all step into this room, that silence overtakes you. And that's where we'll take our bio break. So for those watching, we take a 10-minute bio break. So we will be right back. Stay tuned. And when we come back, we'll find out what is behind this door. All right. See you soon.
Number 2.
You hear the sounds of a gentle babble.
Oh, no.
Realize it's time for the bathroom break.
Yes. So that's a Dan.
Horror.
Oh man.
Silence does not overtake y'all because the mics are hot.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes. You see that minx of a DM using my patron against me. Like, yeah, sure, go in that door. It sounds fun. Sure, I'll go. Of course I will. Bam! Then my magic baby takes damage. This is sad.
I mean,
Did you find the point of exhaustion? How to add that? Mason? Sleep.
Yeah, sleep. Come here.
Death.
one exhaustion is just ability checks, right? Okay.
It'll be fine.
Exhaustion level 2 is the one that affects attacks. So.
Oh boy. Okay. We'll be it's fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I love how
Snack time.
there's 6 levels of exhaustion. And is it like 6 levels?
6 is dead. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like why even?
I'm so tired.
Yeah, 6
Yeah,
is dead. 5 is like something like I think you can only your speed's down to 0, so you can't move at 5.
Oh jeez.
At 5 levels of exhaustion.
What jeez.
So
Alright.
yeah. All right.
Snack.
Maybe some chocolate or something.
Necessary. Joe. Hi. Every once in a while try to TikTok with you.
Yes.
Kid. Kid yet?
No. I mean, biologically, sure, but no. No, my printers are actually. I kind of broke them because I was trying to upgrade them. So I upgraded their firmware. Now they're giving me trouble. So I'm in the process of repairing the errors. Yeah.
Yay, new. No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kid's doing good.
Yeah, kid's doing good. You know, we're a health scare, but he's in the clear now. So
Awesome.
yeah,
And how old is your other one? I forget.
3.5.
Oh boy. Lily buds.
Yeah. He loves his little brother. So
Well, I'm glad that Lily got time to hear from the end.
yeah. Little guy started sleeping a little more, so it's been good. I went on this thing. It's been the longest campaign I've ever been.
Sure. And also make sure that you're not just like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, but I got this game I gotta play. I can't take care of
Right. Which actually, I probably should have Dave on here, but he's pretty good at that stuff. So. It's the middle of the night, that sounds. Yeah, body time.
Chicken thing. Greg, have you played any more of Immortality?
Yeah, I put about I don't know, maybe 2 hours in. Starting to get the hang of it. It's just like watching click on things. At least now I see that it labels the clip what you clicked on. Like, so I'm assuming probably most of those clips have to click on.
Oh yeah, you can click on almost anything, really. And some of them will just loop you to one clip, or some of them will just like keep looking at the same thing. Naturally, if you click one of the actors, you go anywhere. Yeah, it's one of those games. The story itself, I'm not that crazy about. But the way the mechanics and the way it's presented and stuff, like I was like, it was the same way when we played Layers of Fear too. Like it's entrenched in film history enough.
Right.
And like it's just like scary enough that my mind, I was like, I can solve this thing now. I gotta do it now, or I'm gonna lose steam. That's what we're gonna do it. And also, I can already tell, like, this is gonna be one of those ones. I'm gonna have to like either apologize, making it one of the ones we're playing, or I'm gonna like explain it so we can all appreciate it. But all that saying, after 100%ing it, I had to sit down and just open up the Google Doc and like type out the story as my brain was like piecing it together, and I wrote like a 2.5 page, like just, and I labeled the document making the game. It was like
You could probably make it.
wow. But yeah, I think I figured that in it, and I am. There is my biggest criticism is just like however much nudity you think is in this game, there's a lot more than you think. And I'm like,
Wow.
like I keep like every now and then like just click, whoa, what?
Whoa.
Close the blinds. You know, just like
I had to remind myself. It's like, boy, this acting's bad. Oh, it's supposed to be bad. Okay. It's like early in their career, and it's like that first movie, man. It's like, man, this is a bad movie.
well, that's the thing that like kind of like is like I want to know how they actually made it, because the way it's filmed and shot, and like from the clothing and the movement and the way they're like they just talk, it's just like they are doing an excellent job at making it feel like 1960s, you know, filmmaking.
Right.
And they do that well with the like the 70s era and the other eras too, with other films. It's a very interesting game. I don't know if I'll ever play it again.
I'm going to bring us back. And I didn't do this right, did I? Okay, it's fine. In 3, 2, 1, and we are back. Okay. All right. Welcome back. Let me make sure that everything's a go here. Someone say something, please. Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Let me turn the background music again. Do I want to change the... Yeah, welcome back, viewers. I'm just going to get a nice little interesting... Yeah, this is fine. Okay. All right. So, As all of you step through that door, sound suddenly just disappears. It's an unsettling quiet. And you feel that for a few seconds. And then each of you look around and you realize that you are alone. I'm going to go around to each of you. Juniper. After experiencing that quietness, that's replaced with the sound of waves slapping against board. A very familiar sound to you. Sleeping in, below deck of a ship.
Mm.
You wake up in what you remember as your old room on the Heartstealer.
Oh.
Everything looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
Doors closed, as you always kept it when you napped. But it is not the absence of sound, because you can hear the waves, and that is a comfort to you, as I'm sure that kind of quietness was unsettling. But you don't hear the other sound that you're used to hearing when on ships with people. It's very quiet.
Well, I'll get up and check the door.
Feels the same. Opens up. Empty below deck area. Doors are open to other rooms, but no one is around. And you don't hear the clanking, not clanking, but the thuds of boots or anything on top deck either. But still looks the same as you remember.
Just sort of takes a deep breath and probably looks for longer than she should. At each, kind of looks through the doorways, and I just trying to head above deck.
Okay. Now you climb the stairs, steep stairs. You get above deck and it's unusually foggy, but nothing you haven't seen before, but still just the absence of people. Could you make a perception check for me, please?
11.
Okay. That's all you notice for now. Just, you see the, where the captain would usually be. Not there. And you also notice something else. It looks like it's missing. The wheel of the ship. But you're on the waters, you're sailing, it seems. Just an odd detail. And as you turn around, you see a figure kind of stepping through the fog towards you. It's Ruin. And kind of starts to smirk, but that kind of drops a bit. And just kind of why? I mean, Judy, I feel like I've done worse. I just, bit of a shock. I mean, go you, I guess. You had a backbone before, but it seems like you've, I don't know, gotten more of a resolve, I guess, since the last time that I knew you, but I just asked if you wanted to go with me. I wasn't threatening you or your kind.
It's not that simple. And I'm sure you know that. And yes, you've been worse. But she just kind of looks towards the steering wheel, unless he's blocking it. Like, I'm
No,
not
he's standing on
certain.
the other side, so you can turn around and see.
Yeah, she'll turn her back to him. It's bigger than any of this, and I can't let you. Well, I couldn't let you.
You know,
Stop us, or
you can get it back. The ship. Maybe not all the crew, but at least the ship. Ginny. Right? I mean, you've been offered before, right?
this ship is nothing without her crew.
You can get more crew. Bring your friends. Well, I mean, bring new friends. Friends that know how to sell a ship. I'll take care of you.
They could learn, I'm sure, but I don't want this. You can offer it all they want, but it's just a ghost.
Doesn't have to be. And as he says that, you'll notice suddenly at your feet, Juniper is the steering wheel.
Oh God.
And the fog will start clearing, and you'll see the sea beyond. You can have it back. I can be your traveling ghost person. You just have to help out. You know, who are these people anyway, Juniper? I've asked, and you say they're your friends, and I feel like that they're not your people. People who know the sea are your people. These people wouldn't know their way around the deck of a ship.
No, probably not.
You can have it back. You just have to do one thing. You have a battle coming up soon. You just have to help out.
Wouldn't help the library.
Yes.
Right.
And they can give you this back. Think about it.
I do. I have. But I can't. It's not. She's just gonna, like, sink down. So she's touching the wheel. There's nothing they can give me. That's worth losing what I have now. I don't need a ship without my crew. And the library must know that if they're going to send you. And whatever this is, you must know. And she'll stand back up. And tell them they're going to have to do better than that.
You suddenly feel a hand on your shoulder, Juniper, from behind. You blink and Ruin is gone, as is the steering wheel. But you still see the clear blue skies in the ocean, and as you turn, you see your captain. And she's looking at you. Those kind eyes that you remember. It's okay, Juniper. You'll find more ships. This one's gone, but there are more. You can get another ship and another crew, and you made a good decision here today. And she's gonna put her hand on your cheek. Very proud of you. You did well. And you'll suddenly blink again and find yourself on this kind of rocky shore, where off in the distance you see wreckage, ship wreckage. The captain's still beside of you, a little bit more ghostly than before. You can do this, right? You got this. You're strong. Jo will put her hand on your cheek again and give you a kiss on the cheek and smile. Good luck. I'll be with you. And with that, you have you feel yourself kind of inspired. You get, did I put it on here? You get a boon. So you have one extra spell slot for the next 24 hours. You want to mark that down.
Yeah.
And as you kind of feel that confidence rise in you that you felt when you were on the sea and with these people, and you feel assured that you can build a new crew. You kind of have. You feel yourself being kind of sucked back out of the dream and back into the silence, where you know your friends are waiting. Rhinerius. You find yourself in, after you exit that silence, you find yourself in a familiar looking classroom back at Fairweather, as you remember it from going there. you kind of hear the distant sounds, very distant, of students going through the halls, going to their classes. That very familiar, grounding sound that made you fall in love with magic and who you are. And as you're kind of taking that in, you hear footsteps, kind of shoes hitting marble floor. And a door open and then close. And you turn around, and it's Christ. As you remember him as a professor in Fairweather, when the robes, kind of looks at you and smiles and steps in and sets a book down on the desk. And Nereus, how are you?
I'm myself.
Yeah. I think I finally am too. So, had quite the adventure. Going against the library. I'm sure you've gotten more powerful since the last time that you were in this classroom.
And it would appear so. And yourself.
How am I?
Of course.
Well, I'm dead. Obviously.
And how is that going?
A little different than I expected, honestly. But there comes a certain power, and he kind of shifts unnaturally, like almost gliding a couple of feet kind of around you. It seems different, but there comes a certain amount of unexpected abilities in this new position I find myself in the library's world. You know, your lineage for Rhinerius is incredible. Your grandfather was one of the most, well, not celebrated, but powerful wizards of possibly at least a few decades, if not a few centuries. Haven't you ever wanted a taste of that? Wondered what it would be like to have so much power that you can create yourself into something unexpected and feared, worshipped?
Why would I desire for people to worship me, to fear me?
Oh, I mean, you can, do your own judging of if you want people to flat out worship you, if you want them, maybe you want to be loved. Your grandfather certainly didn't go that way, but doesn't mean that you can't. The point here is, Rhaenyra, is that to have that intense power, that's in your genes. And I'm not sure, I kind of lean against the desk, I'm not sure that you can get there without the help of other mages. What do you think?
What good is this power without character? What good is being loved or feared without the free will? for one to choose those things. I would much prefer to be revered or feared or loved based on my merits, and not necessarily what's in my blood.
Good point. But if we're depending on all of these, well, let's face it, almost human things, what, can we even get to that point of being able to do as much as we want to as wizards? You could protect your family, Venerius. With the help of mages of like mind, you could protect your family. You could have your own school. This could be yours. Sim School of Magic. What to say?
What is this that could be mine?
School. You could run Fairweather yourself if you wanted to. You bring your family back where they belong, right? They belong in Fairweather.
I would think I would not need the help of too many others to be able to teach what I've learned, to be able to impart the talents that I feel I've gained through study and not necessarily through blood. I may have a natural inclination, sure, and some of that gifting may be from my grandfather.
Fair.
But to learn magic shouldn't be bound by who I am, but what I've done. And to say I would not be able to teach people without otherworldly power is a strange concept.
Bravo. But getting there yourself give you all of this, and he'll kind of like put his arm around you, but you don't feel it. It's more like a ghost. You feel kind of a slight breeze, and you feel yourself kind of turn around, and suddenly, Renarius, you're standing at the gates of Bairn. But this is a different Bairn than what you remember. Restored. Buildings have been built back. Mages in mage robes and are practicing magic out in the streets and celebrating, and it seems to be a haven, almost, for mages. But a city in and of itself. And you'll see kind of in the distance that kind of school, a magic school, that almost seems familiar to you. Like almost as if it's a dream. You know, and you'll feel that kind of whisper in your ear from Chris. They could make this possible. All you have to do is just help out.
It would seem that the current state of Bairn was also made possible by the library. It seems they've had their chance to make good in this world, and the library has indeed blown it.
You'll suddenly hear the whisper in your other ear. I'm disappointed.
I'm sure you are. And you're also dead.
Renarius, you blink and you find yourself in the library at Fairweather. Abandoned, I mean, it looks like the library that you remember, but there are no students around. You still hear those kind of distant noises of school life. And you kind of turn and you see Regina. She is kind of just leaning, just kind of smiling at you. Bravo. Renarius, you did well.
Thank you.
Of course. Are you...
You'll have to forgive me. I've just seen visions of one dead person, and now I'm seeing visions of you, who I wish was not dead.
You are still learning. There are so many people teaching you things throughout your life. Your friends, other mages. You must continue to learn and be who you are. Renarius. Not your lineage or your great-grandfather, your grandfather, or even your own father, but you. I'm proud of the mage that I see standing in front of me. And she'll give you a tight hug.
That means a lot to me. Thank you. If you are indeed Regina. You set me on the right track, and for that I will forever be grateful.
Happy to help. I'm happy to be a part of your life. And she'll put a reassuring hand on your shoulder. Just kind of drift away, and you will feel this kind of blessing wash over you, magical blessing. You get, for the next 24 hours of in-game time, 1 reroll, except on a death saving throw.
Fancy.
And you feel yourself kind of being sucked back into that silence, but reassured by Regina's words. Safar. Safar, as you mentally kind of exit out of that silence, and oddly enough, as it was unsettling, I am sure that you probably found a bit of reprieve in it from the thoughts that were plaguing you just a few minutes ago from that door. And the headache seems to be gone. But as you exit out and you open your eyes, you find yourself in an empty room at the monastery. It's not unnaturally empty, just empty of people. You have chairs and a desk. Typical things that you remember as far as furnishings go. You just feel temporarily just being back here. A little bit of peace, a little bit of comfort. And you hear this well. And you turn, and kind of leaning against a wall is Rhislas. Look how far you made it. Aren't you proud of yourself? Safar, I remember, and she'll kind of walk towards you, looking into your kind of almost like not make tight circles around you, but just kind of walk in a perimeter around you. Looking into your past, and you're going to stop in front of you. All, well, bile aside on my account. I'm sorry for all that you went through. But it looks like you've moved on from it a bit. I'm sure that the scars and the loneliness and that kind of abandonment has waned away, right?
It's fair to say.
Oh, well, that's good. That's really good. You know, she'll start circling again. As much as I hate to say it, and maybe you already know, but I believe your parents were an unfortunate, how do I put this? An unfortunate sacrifice at the hand of the library. I'm not sure it was targeted, but one of the problems that happen when you, well, try to do what we're trying to do. And as she kind of circles back around to the front of you, and I don't wish anyone to lose their parents. That is a bit sad to me. But I think we can bring them back for you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Two people that you have wanted to see your entire life. And Zavar, without even willing it to happen, those memories of you just imagining what they look like and thinking about them and writing about them and thinking about them some more as you grew up in the monastery, just kind of circle back and around in your head. Wouldn't it be nice to have them? To not feel, well, like your only connection to your family was some ASMR and dim glint. But two real people that cared about you. We can make that happen, Zavar. You just have to, well, help us out a bit. We can get it done. As soon as tonight. As soon as the next hour. She'll kind of take her hand out of her pocket and open it up, and in the hand is this vial, this crystal vial that you've seen countless times before, filled with crystals. This one is glowing that kind of familiar greenish blue that you've seen, that faint glow that you've seen with others, but kind of has like a bit of red tinged into the glow as well. All you have to do is drop this on the ground. It'll help our odds a bit. And then, you're going to close your hand. After the fight, it'll be just moments that your parents will be standing in front of you. What do you say?
There were many times that the absence of my parents definitely had left certain scars. And as I've learned, their sacrifice, well, I wouldn't be the person I am today without their sacrifice. And while it hurt to not know of their exact demise and wondering what happened to them for many years, I did have a family, and they did their best to fill that gap in my life. What happened to my parents it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to them, and it wasn't fair to me. But if I could bring them back, I wouldn't know them, and I would not be proud of myself to stand in front of them. I would not be the person that I would want them to meet. And so I will not drop this crystal. I will not bring them back. They have done their part. And their sacrifice, I also see that they were victims. They weren't necessarily, willing. But that just means that I still have to remain the same Zivar that grew with their memory. Not someone that gives up everything that he's learned and struggled through because of their absence. I make them proud because they are gone, not because I want them back.
Sorry to hear this. Would have been nice. And as you blink, Zavar, and you feel this hand on either of your shoulders, one on this, one on your right, and one on your left, and behind you appear what you would assume are your parents. You get that feeling, that kind of sense of familiarity and comfort that you felt when finding yourself in the monastery. And even as you look around the room, you see that you're not in the same room you were before, but you know that for a while when you were a child, that growing up in the monastery, that they had separate rooms for babies that would be given over to the monastery. Now they're all in, 4, 5, 6 to a room. But this one was one of the cases where it was a single room and you could see a little bassinet and see a baby just out of eyesight, laying and resting. Your parents, are you pretty sure your parents stand before you, smiling? Your mother with brown hair, almost black, that goes to her shoulders, very similar to your hair color, with these striking blue eyes that you find familiar. And this male, this kind of reddish brown hair, standing beside her, strong jaw. They both kind of smile and breathe out at the same time. Zavar, it's a pleasure to meet you, your mother says. And you seem to get this kind of feeling, all the other things you're feeling, that her name is Nor and your father's name is Heart. Your mother reaches and gives you a tight hug. You can feel her just kind of breathe in. And she pulls back and she'll kind of cup your face in her hands and Look at you. And your father will give you a reassuring pat on the shoulder. It's far. We are so sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
We've watched you. Different parts of your life, and very proud. We're very happy that you are who you are. Are you happy with yourself?
I am.
Good. Your father will kind of, give you kind of a half hug, but smile very warmly. And we'll kind of also put a hand on your shoulder, and we're always with you. You know that. We always have been.
You.
And your mother will kind of, take your hand in hers and just be like, I want to bless you. And she'll kind of bow her head and just kind of take a few moments and look back at you. All you have to do is say my name, Noor, and you'll be blessed. And that boon, all you have to do is whisper her name. And for the next 24 hours in game, you'll get 1 extra attack 1 time. So just be sure to write that down. They'll both kind of pull in and kind of hug you a bit awkwardly, with 3 of you. And as you kind of sit in their embrace, Zavar, and just kind of feel that love that they have for you, even though they only knew you for a short period physically in your life. You pull away, they're gone, but you feel their presence even more. You did before. And you kind of feel that pull back into the silence. But again, just comforted. Give me a couple of seconds here. Let me just rearrange some people. Let's see here. About.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. It happens. Okay. Oh no, I'm in Rhaenyra's spot. There we are. Okay. All right. Asleep. Asleep. As you step out of that silence. It's a weird sort of silence that you might not have. Well, probably very similar to how you felt. A vague memory of before you were brought back as a Warforged, awakened by Juniper and Kazil. And as you get kind of pulled out of that, and you open your eyes and you find yourself inside that room of rubble, but where you were while asleep for so long. The rubble of Diecaster, outside the city of Northern Crown. And you hear this kind of rustling of metal and scraps and rubble, and you look over and there's a dwarf with this kind of long flowy hair and this long flowy beard and this very strong large mustache. His furrowed brow just kind of like look over at you and be like, oh, What are you doing awake?
I do not know. I've been awake for a while.
Oh,
I'm
no.
asleep.
No, you shouldn't be awake. You're supposed to be asleep. I mean, not, I don't know.
That is what I am called, but I am not. I am asleep, but I am not asleep.
You're not
My
supposed to
friend
be
woke up.
activated yet. By the much. If you could just, yeah, no, we need to shut you down. Let me find
No,
a
thank
hammer
you.
here, and he'll kind of
thank
go
you.
over to another
I politely
area. No. I think that we need to shut you down.
No, we don't.
I paid good money for you, and we were saving you. I'm not bringing you back. Just give me a moment.
I believe I have a good purpose to be awake now.
Just stand and look at you. Well, you got a lip on you.
I do not have lips. I do not have a mouth. How well do you know Warforged?
What makes you think? He starts kind of taking slow steps towards you.
I take slow steps backwards.
That you hit the wall after about 5 steps. In fact, you kind of bump up against another kind of Warforged body.
Excuse me.
What makes you think that here you are, what you are, and you can tell me, who paid money, that even though I want you to be not awake, that you can be awake? You're just a hunk of metal.
I feel like that's an oversimplification.
Right. What, do you know what happened here? It was, the city, right?
It got dropped from the sky.
Yeah, that's what I was told. That was,
You would think a city underground would not do that.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
You know, I was, told about that, and you know, it must be difficult for you. And kind of, you feel this kind of shift in his personality. Asleep. Must be difficult for you to, lose the city that you were raised in, or were asleep in.
I guess so. It is sad to see it as it is now, but I do not remember it as it was then.
It'd be even great if we, could raise it, make it a city once more. Make this not a pile of rubble that you trip over every few feet. Wouldn't you think?
I suppose.
Do you even want to be a Warforged at all? Starts taking some slow steps towards you again. Has to look up at you, of course, being a dwarf. Or would you rather be something else? Anything that you wanted. What would you want to be? Would you want to be yourself? Who was in that thing in your chest?
I do not know. I only know me.
Well, you walk around with that satyr, right? Would you want to be a satyr? Like your friend?
I don't know if I would like furry legs.
Would you want to be a human? Or would you want to be an air genasi? Kind of raises his eyebrows. You know, like you were before. This.
That's okay.
Are you sure? Asleep. We can make it happen. You can be whatever you want. We can put you in any body.
I am a Warforged for a reason.
You don't want nothing.
I would like to see my friends. And stop the library. And save the world.
Yeah. Well, that's disappointing. And he draws a hammer out of his belt and lifts it, and even though he's just a dwarf, asleep for a moment, it almost feels like you've shrunk in size and he seems greater than you are. Not really in a physical manner, but more in like emotional. You suddenly feel very like you're going to be deactivated. And as the hammer comes down, this kind of bluish green hand reaches out and catches it. And you blink, kind of in fear and realization. And the dwarf is gone. And it's there standing, the hand that had stopped the hammer from hitting you, is what your databanks would refer to as an air genasi. This kind of deep, jewel-like bluish-green skin, and this dark hair that turns to white at the ends. And you stare at this person, and the name Kern comes to mind. And he just kind of, smiles at you. Have this little confused smile, but almost in awe as he kind of steps around and looks. That's what I look like from out here. Wow. You are... I don't remember the body being this tall, but must be intimidating to others. It's intimidating to me now, so.
I guess. Thank you.
I'm not dead, by the way. I'm just kind of projecting mentally. Or, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with any kind of like taps, like the heart. That glowing crystal that's inside your chest. And as he does that, asleep, you definitely know that this is you. This is what's inside that. And he'll kind of smile at you, a bit awkwardly, but genuine. And you're far braver than I was, I mean, you've done a lot. You got friends. It's always bad at that. You become kind of your own person. I mean, I'm still there, but you've done a lot, asleep. You should be proud of yourself. more.
I wanted to correct the mistakes we made.
Yeah, I was coward running away like that, and then that weird, I guess I feel bad about that guy, But look at you now. You've become something more amazing than I could ever be by myself. I'm glad to be in there,
I am glad you are in here too. Fern.
Asleep. We're gonna be great. I'll kind of give like a tap to that center, to that chest piece, with this kind of warm smile. You got him. You got this. And as he kind of like taps your chest, asleep, you suddenly remember a lot from your life as Kern. Doing the tasks that you had to do and chasing after that one person and deciding that you didn't want to, but then by haphazard accident, killing them anyways. And then putting yourself into the body that you are now, and the family that you used to have, as you were growing up, and the memories that you have as the Air Genasi Kern just kind of fill whatever empty spaces that were left inside your brain, and you feel yourself just becoming more you. Not that you're becoming more Kern, but you're becoming more of the combination of both of you.
Motherfucker.
And you feel more alive than you have in a while, more awake. And you also have a +1 to saving throws for the next 24 hours. And as you feel yourself kind of sucked back into that silence, look over to Teagan. Teagan, as you wake up from that deafening silence, and I think you've experienced it before with other things, but you open your eyes and you find yourself in a forest. It's dark, but there's an odd sort of glow to things. Campfire burns close by. And in the distance, you see kind of a soft glow on the horizon from what you remember as kind of a distant view of Fairweather at night. That glow, and knowing that kind of feeling, that knowing that the city is close as you're camping nearby. You hear some distant howls, like you remember when you were last in the forests of around Fairweather, from the drows or the dark elves. And kind of hear a rustling in the forest, and you turn, and Crane is standing there. Kind of gives a wave with the hand with the finger cut off. Hey, didn't think I'd see you here. Actually, that's a lie. I knew, but here we are. You gonna cut off another finger? Is that what you're wanting to do? Wanting to pull my pants down or what was it that you did out here in the forest? When I attacked you with bushes?
Muted, Frank.
Yeah, you're muted, Frank, sorry.
Well, my first response to his, you got to cut off another finger?
Yeah.
Yeah, Teagan would definitely say it. You got to keep being an asshole?
I mean, I guess that's up to you. I guess,
And,
you know.
What I did to you was you were obnoxious to the group, drunk, and I cut off one pant leg and one arm sleeve.
Yeah, you
On
ruined my
opposite sides.
outfit. Yes. And then you cut off my finger later. Real
Well, that was
mature.
because we needed vital information.
Okay. Look, you're intimidating, right? You did your job, protected your group, fought those bushes with everything you got, and it was great. It's great. Got some good friends, right? Want to protect them.
Yes, indeed.
How can I sit on a log by the campfire? Please, why don't you sit down? Let's just have a good chat, right?
Sure.
A mano, you know? Just me to you. What do you want in life, Teagan?
What do I want?
Yeah. What drives Teagan?
Take a leap forward. I thought about this a lot.
Hmm.
And it always seems to be the driving force in a lot of things in my life. Fairness.
Fairness.
It wasn't fair that certain people can't get access to certain things. It isn't fair that other people feel the need to take over and rule over others.
Hmm.
There's a lot of injustice.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you're answering the question, but you're not really answering the question. Yeah, everyone wants fairness. But I guess I'm getting more at the root of Teagan. Getting more into what you want. You know, when I went to college, when I'm no longer attending because I'm dead, they asked me, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I said, well, I don't know. I gave them some kind of bullshit answer. Why don't we discuss that question? I mean, I'm not going to be, 10 years, I'll be, haunting some orphanage. But let's say you're alive in 10 years, Teagan. Let's just say. What do you want to do? What would you like to see?
I like to be in a forest.
Ah,
hunting deer,
yes.
tanning them, making leather, making a simple, honest living.
That's very noble. What do you see for your sister in 10 years? Where would you like her to be in this equation?
I just want her to be happy,
Hmm.
whether it involves me or not. I wish it did, but we all have choices.
Happy. Protected?
Yes, safe.
Yeah. And it's a shame about your father. Didn't have to die like that. And doesn't have to. But that's for something else. Thieves Guild. You don't see yourself with a future at the Thieves Guild? You wouldn't like to see that rise up?
I think I've had my fill
Okay.
of the game, of the
Understandable.
power is nasty and tricky and dangerous and consuming.
Fairness.
Fairness.
Fair.
I know.
Fair. Unlike... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Teagan.
Good.
Fair. Unlike what happened to your mother.
In a way, but not exactly. I have come a long way. And I've realized a few things. No one's guaranteed fairness. But they should have the opportunity. What happened with my mother? It was unfair. But it was also very foolish and selfish what I did. I thought the only thing I was risking was my future. And I was foolish and selfish not to realize that what I was really risking. And what happened was I ruined my family. And I lost any time of the remaining time that my mother had. I lost her the day I left. But I don't think I'm foolish anymore, and I don't think I'm selfish because I know, and I've seen so much, we all die.
True.
It's what we do in the meantime.
This is true. Oh. Things we have to go through. So, I guess I should talk now. Consider what I'm about to say an opportunity. You could take, or you can leave. Facing some pretty intense circumstances ahead. The library, the Great One. So much. So much. And your group might win. Sure. You might not. It's a chance we all take. We take on big empires. I guess just wanted to offer the opportunity. Maybe to not lose the ones that you've lost. Right? We got time magic. We can bring them back. Bring your mother back. Your father. Protect your sister. For as long as she wants to be alive. Maybe even make sure she lives longer than usual. She could collect all the things for that sweet little pawn shop she has in Rhislas. You wouldn't have to lose the people that you lost. You can get them back. Get them all back. And then you can live safely and securely in whatever life you choose. The cabin, hunting. You can do all of that for as long as you want. No worry of anything. And you're a smart man, smart person, that you might defeat the library, might defeat us, but there'll be more, right? Things always come back around and around and around. It's not us, it's someone else. It's not one threat, it's another. You wouldn't have to worry about any of that. Because behind the library, they have enough spirits, enough magic to protect you forever. All you have to do, kind of reaches in his pocket, pulls out this vial that glows this kind of weird mix of like bluish green and red. You've seen vials like this before with the crystals inside. Just gotta throw this on the ground, around your friends. We'll take care of the rest. It will help us out a bit. You won't even have to fight them. You won't even have to lift a sword against them. A bow, I mean. Just do this. And then, after we've placed them in the in the embrace of the library where they belong, you're free to go on as you wish. And within hours, we can have your mother back and your father. Wouldn't that be great? Say goodbye to your mother properly when her time eventually comes. That's the opportunity I'm presenting. Should you want it?
I said before, I was foolish and selfish.
Yes.
Because I didn't know the price I was asking myself. Well, I knew what I was asking myself, the price I would pay. But I didn't know what the others would pay. I'm not foolish anymore. I know exactly what the price is. And to do that again, you'd be just as selfish as I was back then. I couldn't look at any of them knowing what I did to get them there. What's done is done.
Put the vial back in his pocket. Sorry to hear that, Teagan. Sorry to hear it. And as you blink, Teagan, you feel this reassuring presence when you open your eyes again, and standing before you is your mother. With this raven black hair, as you remember, sweeping down past her shoulders, pulled back into a half bun that she usually wore, with these beautiful purple eyes that you remember her having. That even when it got towards the end, were still this beautiful purple. She's smiling. Teagan. Look at you. Yeah, no, go ahead.
After she says that, I'm just going to like almost hold up my finger to her lips and just say, I have to say, I'm sorry.
She'll sit down beside you on the log and kind of take your hands in hers. You don't have to be. I know. I've never, in death, have held anything against you but love. You've always been forgiven, Teagan. You don't have to ask for it. She'll give you like a hug there. I'm kind of say into your ear as she holds you close. You have made me nothing but proud and happy. I will always be here. She pulls away and just kind of looks at you and cups your hand in her, or your face in her hands, as you remember her doing as a child. You are my star. Keep guiding people. You do it so well. And she'll give you a kiss on the cheek, and you feel this kind of love wash over you, Teagan. And for the first time in a long time, you feel that kind of guilt that's hung over you from what happened just kind of ease away. And you also get a +1 to saving throws for the next 24 hours in game. And she'll kind of pull away and just kind of, I will always be with you, Teagan. Always. And she'll fade. But you still feel that presence and the after effects of, again, that weight being lifted. And you feel yourself being pulled back through the forest, through some snow, and back into the silence as you all find yourself in a room together. Small room with just one door, plain looking, open even, leading into another room. But the 5 of you are back together, standing here.
Are we all crying at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, yeah.
I mean, like, did the tears in the moment transfer to
Oh,
this
yes.
reality?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I've got all the feels. I'm looking around, and we're all visibly shaken,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
I think I can be at least smart enough to realize that I wasn't the only one that had an experience. I'll just move towards whoever's closest, even if it's Renarius, and I'll just, put my arm around him, and whoever's closer, I'll grab. And it's like, whatever that was for each of you, I feel like we all had the opportunity of not being together at this moment right now. I am very glad to see you all right now.
Indeed. If your experience is like mine, perhaps we all have a greater resolve for the challenge before us.
Group hug, bitches. Grab everybody and do a group hug.
I'm in.
Not the horns. Ah.
I would say that if the sleep says something, y'all would notice a little difference in Asleep's voice. It seems a little less robotic, a little more human. Human-like.
That was weird.
That was weird.
You seem to have quite the experience, Asleep.
You feeling okay there, buddy?
Not really.
Yeah.
But I'll be better. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for activating me. I don't think I've ever actually said that. Like, turning me on. Not in a... Stop.
You know.
You did...
Am I? No.
No.
I am very, at this moment, proud to say you're the best mistake we've ever made.
I thought not kicking me off was the best mistake.
That I now know that tracks in my life, I think.
It's true.
But I'm a hero, and we are heroes, and we're gonna save the motherfucking planes on this motherfucking world.
Seem to have added some new vocabulary.
I should. It feels weird.
No.
I might stop.
No, please.
I feel that it captures the essence perfectly.
Yeah.
She's just gonna, like, lean her head against you, because, I wasn't going to activate you. I was just gonna steal the gem in your chest for what it matters. And, I don't remember exactly how it happened. I think someone reminded me.
Magic Daddy?
I blame Magic Daddy here.
That's a...
But
yeah.
I was planning on
we can all blame our dads for how messed up we are. I think that's... I've learned that much.
I'm still blaming the library for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know. So I guess you're the best, gemstone I ever passed on.
I appreciate that. Because I don't think I would have passed up on that if I were you. I just remembered I like money.
I think I like you more the longer I know you.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
I remember having better joints.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do we there's no ticking.
Nope,
Do we
no
wanna just-
ticking.
Can we just I kind of want to sit down for a minute. I know there's a lot at stake. Can we just take a few minutes? Or is that door gonna burn us again, or whatever that was? Do we have to keep going right now?
I think after what's happened, I think we can take 5. Gather ourselves.
So far, you have anything left in that flask of yours?
Just a little bit. You can have the rest.
Do y'all want to take a short rest for an hour?
Yes, please, DM.
Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't count against any of the boons, right?
Right. 24 hours in game.
You
After
have
the first
Starting in
one.
an
Plenty
hour.
of time. Yeah. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
It actually meant
Junie's,
25 hours.
yeah, Junie's gonna hang her bottle around Zavar's neck and then whoop.
Oh, okay,
And
cool. Oh,
I'm
I'll just
taking
hang
her short rest in there.
Okay.
It's a don't lose this and then
Mhm,
disappears.
I should have to actually worry about hit dice right now. I feel like we've never had to worry about hit dice.
She's in there with her pillows.
All right. So y'all take your short rest. So do what you need to do. If you need to, reset anything or, bring whatever you do for a short rest. Your class does. Go for it. Have a great time. Nothing happens while you're resting, while you're taking this hour. Nothing bad happens. I will say that you probably all notice as you're resting in this room that open doorway that leads into the next, and there's a gold statue in there.
I come on my bottle. What?
You'll see soon enough.
All right. Hours passed.
Just taking measurements.
What do y'all want to do?
Ugh.
I know we've all, thought it, but I just want to say it out loud as me. The library sucks.
That is a fact.
Also, just because I'm still working through everything.
Mhm.
If I accidentally kill any of you, I'm very sorry.
Oh.
Just covering the bases.
That's fair. I suppose I would extend the same sentiment. But that'll turn out
No,
to-
that was a big thing for me right then. Okay. Let's
Let's
go.
Accidentally?
We can talk about later. Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So y'all go into the next room, and did anyone? I mean, asleep would know from his database. Did anyone else not meet Zephyr? Juniper and Zavar, did y'all meet Zephyr? Y'all saw him. Y'all saw him in the thing. Yeah, in that dream too.
That
Okay.
dream thing.
So
Yeah.
in the next room, you find a gold statue of looks like exactly like Zephyr with the cloak. Kinku, the same outfit that Zephyr you last saw Zephyr in, and they have their kind of wing hands out as if holding something. And I would say that y'all who had experienced that dream before with Zephyr kind of presenting that map to you, it looks very similar to that gesture. Kind of not really, there's nothing in his hands, but it looks like he should be holding something as he's standing there.
I forget what was the map that he gave us.
It was a
In the
map. Yeah.
In the pseudo library of like a safe passage through a maze, sort of.
Oh, is that what we should be using now?
Probably. One of us has it.
Not it.
Asleep has a rope belt and a book.
And an attitude now.
Oh God.
I don't. If I had it, I didn't put it in the inventory. Let's put it that way.
I'm sure Gerbil had it, and then it ended up in.
No, Gerbil wasn't there.
No.
This was sleep time.
This was during
This was when Zavar peed on the floor, but all the bookshelves.
Oh yeah, the
floated, so it just kind of,
bookshelves.
like, flowed.
I missed that episode. I missed that one. It was a puzzle.
I mean, you can say, I'm sure that it's in one of your inventories, so we can say that someone has it.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Kazil had it.
Well, he probably would have given
He
it.
probably gave it.
Yeah,
He
he
should have had it
gave a
himself.
bunch of stuff.
He emptied his bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's
So
got it.
scrounge
Teagan,
around.
we'll say that you
I'll
have it.
scratch around in the bag of holding, and there it is. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
I'll
And
just sort of-
beyond the bird is another door that's currently closed.
So this is
With a green handle. Glass handle.
so
The golden statue is standing there. Teagan, do you put the map into the statue's hands?
I'm going to take a real long look at it
Okay.
and memorize it as much as I can,
Okay.
and then put it in where it should be. Appears it should be on the statue.
Okay. You put the map in, and the door, you'll hear it click as it kind of opens up a little bit.
is the statue still a statue?
Yes, statue's still a statue.
Just out of curiosity, just goes away. I think the Teagan thing. He's going to take the map off the statue and see if the door closes.
The door closes, yes.
Okay, so it's a one-way. Okay. He'll put the map back.
Okay. Door clicks back open.
Opens. Right.
All right.
You don't think this is actually him, your friend, do you?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll touch the statue. I'll try to see if I can feel anything.
Yeah.
It feels
You
like
break your arm.
metal. Feels like a very smooth, polished gold.
I can try something if we think it just seems like a very weird statue. Yeah. Sorry to say I didn't. Asleep's as smart as I've ever been. So I'm just saying there's nothing that's been added on the intellect side.
Oh no.
So again, just covering bases. If we think that's, I can try to, like, if we think it's him and he's cursed, I could try to make it not cursed. Unless we think it's just a statue, in which case probably shouldn't waste that ability.
Is the statue like life-sized, Zephyr?
Yes.
Hmm. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic, and nothing shows up.
Well, if we think this may be Zephyr in the flesh, except not, it seems to be a permanent change. There's no magic that I can detect.
Well, that's a bummer.
Can I knock on
I
it?
don't know that I could detect a curse, though.
Taking a look at the statue and just say, just look at the statue and just maybe while he's still touching it, maybe. Do you still feel the need to conquer lands?
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, damn. Oh well. I tried.
Maybe he just got like super creative and like wanted to make a statue of like the exact last moment he saw us and like, this is, test something.
No. Okay. I'm just gonna
I'm ruining the campaign.
Look at asleep and then I want to just like knock on it. Like,
Yeah,
does it sound like solid gold?
sounds like solid gold.
Can I push on it?
No, you can't push on it. It's on a like a pedestal that's kind of
A tall pedestal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to try to rip it off?
I don't think it'll fit in the bag of holding.
Oh.
But maybe. I mean, even if it is Zephyr, and they dipped in gold, or this is him now, it's one of many that we're gonna have to leave behind, if that's the case. And I thought I know he's your friends, Teagan and Rhinarius, but I don't think there's anything we can do. I don't have any magic for that.
No.
Best I can do is melt it. Or try to.
I don't think that would help.
No.
Well, if it is or it isn't, it certainly helped. It opened the door. Sorry if it is you, Zephyr. We can't do anything to help you right now.
Yeah.
But thank you for opening the door.
How accurate is the gold? Like, does it have like individual feathers, or is it like just plated?
I mean, it's pretty an accurate statue. Yeah.
Can a sleep pluck a gold feather?
No, it's all connected. Like it's all
Okay.
like to connect to the mass. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that
Good idea,
intricate.
It'd be funny if he was like actually around the corner, like, why are you talking to this?
You're just waiting.
Here? Yeah.
Get in here.
That's probably what. That's not without. That's in the realm of possibility. I think. It's just-
All right. I think this is all we can do here.
Would did Kazeel leave us with this telescope of?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Does that only work on Chiga? It doesn't see spirits.
Historically, yes. Historically, yes, it usually, I mean, but Chia are spirits.
Can we look? Can we just look? Can we pull the telescope out and let's just look, see if
Yeah.
it?
Sure.
I mean, I
Look.
don't know. I haven't used a telescope in a long time. Damn it.
All right. You pull the telescope out and look, and you don't see anything through.
Just gonna look at the others. Swing the telescope around, just make sure. Just,
Whoa.
Yes, you can see spirits inside them. Yes.
okay, all right. Is there two in a sleep? Just one?
No, just one.
All right. Okay. He always made it look so good.
But there's two in Rhaenyra, so I'm just kidding.
No. Just gonna, close it up. All
Okay.
right.
Put it in your inventory.
Okay.
And the
Well,
door
I'm
is
Magic
still
Daddy.
open.
We know that.
Well, it's appropriate that you have a spyglass. Yeah.
Thank you. I have thought that since the day I saw it on my model. Okay.
All right, let's progress.
All right. So y'all go through the door, and it comes out into a small room with a stairway leading up. It looks like it just goes up like a level or two. And this is definitely made differently than the staircase before with all of the books. It seems more like a stairway you would find in a house. There are, however, up the staircase on the wall, these beautiful painted kind of like hunter green, this beautiful kind of like marble compass on the floor. But on the walls going up the staircase are thousands of tiny portraits that you can tell from this distance, about 30 feet away currently. And there's some larger ones too. I would say even from here, you can tell that it might look like your ancestors from the portraits you saw before at the Northern Crown.
Oh, some sort of memorial hall, I guess.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Sleep remembers who and what he is, he doesn't see any ancestors that could be related to him, does he?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, sure. I'm with you, but Whew.
Do y'all start ascending the steps?
Yep.
All right. As you ascend, you can definitely tell that these are your ancestors in the larger portraits. The smaller portraits look more like to be mages, and there are thousands of them. As you ascend the staircase, one level, then two, and it eventually leads to another doorway similar to the one you came in downstairs, with a green glass handle. Or doorknob, I mean.
One more time.
Go through the door.
One more time.
All
Open
right.
the door.
Go through the
Teagan will
door.
open it.
Okay, Teagan opens the door. It leads out into this very long room, almost hallway, with these arched pieces kind of going every probably 10, 12 feet down this long hallway, filled with books. This beautiful kind of wooden floor beneath you. And about 60 feet away, well, you see, okay, well, some of these, just a little bit of a setting that I missed. Some of the, well, yeah, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so what you see now are just the archways and the books, leading several feet away to where you can see an end to the hallway, but it's very far down. You descend down the hall.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no other. Yeah.
As you close the door behind you and you take some, walk a few feet more, the ending of the hall seems to just keep deepening as it doesn't seem like you're coming to the end of it. The bookshelves around you start to float a bit as you continue down the hall. You'll start seeing some books kind of floating in the air as you kind of look around corners of these archways. And then as all of you kind of feel this kind of sudden heaviness, you kind of blink and look in front of you again, there stands who you all recognize as Bethel in this red robe with these black and gold accents. Shaved head with these kind of markings on her face that you recognize from the portrait when you visited the library before. Ah, there you are. And that's where we're in tonight's session.
Well.
And yep. All right. So, thank you all so much. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us this evening. Y'all are the best. Let me throw up a schedule here really quick. Let's see. Oh, do I have that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so you've been watching The Forsaken, which for the next few weeks is on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesday is Sundered Fate at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which should be airing tomorrow, even though it's Valentine's Day. I think that they are still planning to have session. Thursday is Paint by Minis at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And this weekend on Saturday is In Extremis at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Obsidian Scar is still on hiatus for right now. And we have a campaign coming on Fridays out here in the next few months. So that's super exciting. All right. Well, thank y'all again. And let's see here. Since we went a little late, I won't read over to anyone. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. If you're, celebrating Valentine's Day, have a happy one. And have a good rest of your week. And we'll see you tomorrow for some Sundered Fate, hopefully. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.